Hey, it's Jerry Jean, and today I wanted to share with you 10 steps to improve your voice and sing more authentically. These won't be very specific technical exercises, but rather more fundamental, timeless, yet practical things you can do to improve your singing, whether you're a beginner or a seasoned singer. Let's get it. First, know your instrument. What is your instrument? It's not just this. Your whole body is your instrument. So treat it with respect. Hydration, nutrition, exercise, sleep, all these things are very important for the sound of your voice. Unlike, say, a keyboard that sounds consistent day in and day out, your voice is going to vary depending on how well you treat it. So maintain healthy habits, and it's good for life in general. By doing this, you'll be able to use your voice to its full capability and its full range of expression. Find your space. Practice singing in a place where you feel uninhibited and not judged. You need to shed your self-consciousness bit by bit. If you're worried about neighbors listening in on you, find times of the day where it's okay to make noise. Own all the sounds that you make. Don't be bashful. If you are inhibited when you're singing, your throat's going to constrict. You're going to get tight. And singing is all about releasing. Prepare for practice. Before even singing, take a few minutes for some calming breaths, some gentle stretches to release tension and to get yourself into the right mental and physical state for singing. Just these few minutes before a practice session will really pay dividends. If you just jump in and you're not grounded and you feel scattered, you won't be able to make the conscious vocal gains that you want. Next, focus your practice. Put your phone on airplane mode and have clear goals for your practice session. One time-tested way to break things up is to spend the first 10-15 minutes warming up your voice to build up your technique, and then the next 30 minutes working on your songs. With deliberate, focused vocal practice, you'll be creating new muscular and mental habits, and you don't want to interrupt that flow by checking your DMs or Twitter. Record yourself. Our perception of our own voice can be very warped, but recordings don't lie. So it's very important to get honest feedback, both audio and visual, reflected back at you. So sing in front of a mirror often and use the voice memo recorder and video camera on your phone to document your practice. Listening back and watching yourself can sometimes cause you to cringe, but that's not necessarily a bad thing. It means that you recognize the things that you want to change, and then you can work towards that. Take breaks. If you sing for hours on end, even with perfect vocal technique, you'll be doing some wear and tear on your vocal cords. Imagine a runner doing a marathon. Even if this runner has perfect running form, it's still a marathon, and the runner's going to be spent for the next couple of days. Taking breaks gives you sustainability, both physically and mentally. Be you. When singing songs, tailor them to your own voice. Don't get hung up on existing artist recordings. Perhaps you love a vocal performance by Aretha Franklin, Pavarotti, Stevie Wonder, whoever it may be. And maybe you can't sing as high or with as much power. Don't force it. If you try to tackle some of the most stratospheric, iconic songs right off the bat, especially if you're a beginner, you'll probably sound like a strangled chicken. Remember, your job is to be the best you that you can be. Nobody has your particular, unique voice. And working with your own instrument, you'll be making progress bit by bit. Be consistent. In order to improve, you have to sing regularly. It's not that complicated. I recommend carving out 2 to 3 45-minute blocks of time a week to mindfully practice your singing. The more you practice, the more confident you get singing in your daily life. And you should try injecting singing into everyday activities. For example, when you're doing dishes or in the shower. Singing really is just a joyful, expressive part of being alive. Next, improvise. Singing is musical, and being musical means having creativity and spontaneity. Improvisation is underutilized in vocal training, but it's so important to being an expressive singer. You can build improv into your practice. Instead of just singing boring scales, change up the intervals. When singing your songs, try riffing and changing things as you go. People don't just want to hear things mechanically lifted off of the page. When you cultivate improv, your ear improves, and you can actually flex those oral muscles in your daily life. When you hear a song on the radio, try riffing or harmonizing along. Have friendly sing-alongs or jam sessions with no pressure to perform. All these things help break away from stiffness and inhibition to help free your expression. Finally, listen. Really listen to other singers. Feed your brain new inputs, not just the same few singers you listened to when you were younger. Continually discovering new sounds can inspire and inform your singing. Listen inward as well. Try to hear your own artistic voice and style that starts to surface after you've been singing for a while. This is something to find and cultivate, which can take years of trial and error. You'll know you're on the right track when your voice starts to feel in sync with yourself and resonate on a deep emotional level. And other people will hear this as your sound. It's the thing that makes people hear you sing one phrase and know, that's the true you. You want to hone in and amplify this authentic voice instead of simply imitating the voices of others. I hope these steps are helpful on your vocal journey. I try to incorporate these actions myself, as well as with the singers I've worked with over the years. We're all human, so our practice sessions aren't always perfect, but I always feel grounded when I come back to these fundamentals. That's it for today. If you enjoyed the video, make sure to hit like and subscribe, and leave me a comment if you have any particular thoughts or questions. Thanks so much for watching, and happy singing.